Hi guys! Welcome again dito sa The Filipino Daily. Sama-sama tayo mag-react, matuto, mag-reflect at mag-level up ng pananaw sa buhay mula sa mga iba't ibang videos online na makakatulong sa atin. Ang video na to ay mula sa The Billionaire News Channel at ang show na to or segment na to ay pinamagatang Follow the Money at ang episode na to ay pinamagatan nilang AI Era and Pera Comebacks. So, ayun, ang video na to ay tinatalakay nila dito ang tungkol sa AI kung hindi ko pa kasi siya napanood pero alam ko ang siguro sana mabanggit dito yung tungkol sa 'di ba kasi nga iniisip natin na ay ang dami nating naririnig na mga bali-balita na may agam-agam na papalitan nga daw ng AI yung mga job opportunities o mga mga trabaho ng mga totoong tao at papalitan na ng AI, kaya marami sa atin na mawawalan ng mga trabaho. So totoo kaya 'yon? At sana mabanggit dito. Sige, ito panoorin na natin.
Last time, John Lim joined us. He opened the door to something most Filipinos rarely talk about. The revival of Pera, a retirement vehicle with real tax advantages and built-in margin of safety. That episode sparked a lot of interest, and honestly, it didn't even scratch the surface. There's so much more happening as technology reshapes the way we think about money. So today, he's back for part 2. We dive deeper into why he believes the age of AI will also be the age of investors, and how Pera can help Filipinos build wealth with confidence, discipline, and long-term protection. If you want to understand how tech, retirement planning, and smart investing come together, this is the conversation you don't want to miss. Hi, John. So, nabitin tayo. Welcome back again.
Yeah, that's partly my fault. I promise to be more concise this time.
It's okay.
I rambled on.
It's okay. When something is you are passionate about something, you really can't help but share, right?
Yep.
So, John, the age of AI will be the age of investors. What do you mean by that when you said that?
Ano daw? The AI age is the age is also the age of the investors. Tama ba 'yon?
Yeah. So what I mean by that is AI is going to accelerate a trend that has been going on for decades.
Mm-hmm.
John Lim. Si Sir John Lim, CEO at co-founder of Dragonfly. So, talagang magaling tong taong to kasi nga CEO pala to at co-founder ng Dragonfly. Alam niyo yung kung sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam ng Dragonfly, ang Dragonfly ay isa siyang pwede ko bang tawagin tong kung tama ba ang tawag ko dito, parang online platform. Basta ang pinakaalam ko dito, application po siya. Meron siyang application na pangalan ay Dragonfly. Pwede nyo i-download sa cellphone. Meron din silang website. Kung saan, dito sa Dragonfly application or website nila na to, ay makakabili tayo ng mga gusto nating bilhin na mga stocks. Ayun, no? Sa Dragonfly, pwede tayong bumili ng mga stocks at mga kung ano-anong pwede nating pag-investan, kasi hindi lang kasi stocks dito kasi nandito din yung kung alam nyo yung REITs, yung parang rental properties na pwede tayong imbis na mag-rent tayo ng isang physical na tawag nito na property, ay hindi ganon yung parang digital siya. Parang stocks lang din, hahawakan natin yung kumbaga bibili tayo ng shares nila. Tapos, i-hold natin yon kapag umaangat yung presyo ng yung stock nila, ay pwede natin ibenta at tutubo yung pera natin doon. Tsaka nagbibigay sila ng mga dividends. I-install nyo lang yung application sa cellphone nyo at gumawa na account, tapos maglagay ng pera. Yung kaya nyo lang i-invest. Kung gusto nyo mag-invest, bumili ng stocks, pwede kayo sa Dragonfly magsimula. Ang Dragonfly ay isa sa mga top investing company. Tama ba? Basta yon, Dragonfly, search nyo na lang yan, ha? Kaya eto masasabi ko dito, eto si Sir John Lim ay talagang mga sinasabi nito ay may laman. At tuloy natin yung video.
and that now investing will be really the primary way by which normal people such as you and I participate in entrepreneurial risk-taking. So instead of actually operating the business, we'll be investing in the scale players, the hyperscalers. And there's two factors that I really believe is really what's catalyzing this trend. Number one is over the decades, right? We've seen the build out of the infrastructure and digital infrastructure necessary for scale. And with scale normally always leads to concentration of market share. That's why you see less and less entrepreneurial opportunities being formed. So the second of which is AI will really catalyze productivity. And with enhanced productivity, you'll see that the scale players will become way more profitable. It's all about minimum efficient scale. So for the viewers out there, I invite you to Google minimum efficient scale and you'll understand why.
Okay, yung sinasabi niya, i-google daw natin yung minimum efficient skill. Hindi na kailangan yun kasi naintindihan naman natin na minimum efficient skill yung tipong hindi na yung may mga skill kasi na hindi natin talagang yung may isang tao halimbawa sa ako kung may mga skill ako na talagang minimum lang, hindi talaga siya talagang yung napaka super ng skill ko. So balikan natin yung sinasabi na unang tanong na neto nang nag-i-interview sa kanya na bakit ang panahon ng AI ay sinasabi na panahon rin ng mga investor. So ang sagot niya dito ay anong araw? Dahil yung mga negosyante, which is investor na rin yan kasi nag-i-invest sila sa negosyo, di ba? Mga ganyan, mga may-ari ng company, instead na kukuha sila ng mga high paying skill na mga tao ay parang nagsiswitch na sila sa AI kasi nga nagagawa na ng AI yon yung mga ginagawa ng mga high paying skill na nagagawa ng mga tao. At yung productivity, nabanggit niya rin doon na talagang yung productivity kasi nga AI ay automated yan, ay na-maximize talaga yung productivity. Kasi 'di ba, kayang magtrabaho ng AI ng 24 hours, walang pahinga, di katulad sa tao na kailangan matulog, 8 hours duty lang, 'di ba? So, kaya nagiging yung AI ay parang panahon ng AI ay magiging panahon din ng mga entrepreneurship o mga investor, ayun, ng investor kasi nga ayun, makakapag-scale sila ng mga negosyo nila, mga businesses nila nang dahil sa AI. So, yun. Yung naintindihan ko doon. So, comment nyo dyan kung anong mga naintindihan nyo din dyan.
I mean that
English kasi no?
AI, the age of AI will translate to the age of investors.
This is the era of data and speed. So how can AI help investors to make better financial decisions without losing that human judgment that still matters?
Yeah, so AI, right? AI, just like the web before it, Web 1.0
Yeah.
and Web 2.0,
Yeah.
right? It's going to democratize speed and information. And so the retail investor now has at his or her fingertips the ability to discern hard concepts that normally would have taken somebody who's really seasoned in the industry, right? Having said that, AI is not going to displace the human investor
Okay.
the way it's currently constructed. Obviously, I can't tell you what's going to happen 20, 30 years down the line, right?
Yeah.
But as currently constructed, AI is simply enhancing, again, what has been a burgeoning trend over the past 3 decades, wherein you see speed. When you talk about high-frequency trading, right?
Yes.
Those things essentially eliminate like the short-term inefficiencies, but it does not eliminate longer-term investing opportunities.
So do you mean to say that traders still have a room in spite of like high frequency trading existing?
Yep. Let's say, for example, Renaissance Capital. If you read the book, The Man Who Sold the
So yung sinasabi niya ayun nga, yung sa tungkol sa kung talaga bang yung existing ng AI ay mapapalitan yung mga tawag nito, yung mga tawag dito, yung mga negosyo, 'di ba? Ay yung mga manpower na mga negosyo. Sabi niya hindi naman kasi nga for short term efficiency nga lang yung AI. Kumbaga in the long term yung ano pa rin, meron pa rin talagang tawag nito, meron pa ring parang isang utak ng tao na talagang magbe-brainstorm para sa negosyo niya in the long term, no? Kasi yung mga siguro kaya nasabi niya in the short term lang yung AI kasi nga talagang yung mga halimbawa na lang itong may taga-reply na ng mga inquiries sa negosyo mo, yung mga ganyan. Yun yung mga malilit na bagay na gagawa ng mga AI. So, imbis na kukuha ka ng representative para sumagot sa mga magre-reply, sumagot sa mga tawag ng mga customer mo, mga complaints or mga bookings, ay yung AI na yung gagawa. Ayun lang naman yung sinasabi niya dito. Pero sinabi niya pa rin na syempre hindi niya masasabi ang 20 to papunta ng 20 to 30 decades kung ano na mangyayari talaga sa mundo natin nang dahil sa AI.
Markets by Jim Simmons, one of the most popular quant funds in the world, right? His holding period, average holding period was 2 days. And he was utilizing essentially two trading strategies. One is mean reversion, the other one is momentum. But he was doing so, at the speed of thought, at the speed of light, right? But it does not eliminate, let's say, long-term opportunities wherein, let's say, if you're an investor and you feel that a particular investment is worth holding for years, AI will not eliminate that.
I see. A lot of people fear this, that AI will replace traders or fund managers. And do you think it will replace humans or just simply raise the standard, as you said, for investment? And people will also understand, I'm sorry for my term, but if they're being played on by their portfolio managers?
Well, as currently constructed, I don't think AI can replace the human investor. Again, I don't know 20, 30 years down the line because it keeps getting better and better, right? So at the moment, it's complementing the human investor. So 20 years from now, I don't know.
And I think the prompting or engineering is the part where you humanize the prompts of AI. Like, say for example, if a trader knows a skill that he can input to the AI, that he teaches the AI, I think that will still be something personalized and different from the rest of, just plain asking what's the best stock there is. Do you believe that too?
Definitely. Like what I mentioned, right? AI democratizes.
Ang linya pala ng mga yung pinag-uusapan nila dito ay talagang focus on mga investor. Kaya pala ang guest nila dito ay CEO and co-founder ng Dragonfy. So hindi siya in general na pagdating sa mga financial education, ganon, hindi. Parang more on, ang topic nila dito ay tungkol sa pag-i-invest, pagbibili ng stocks, ayan, pag-manage ng portfolio, pag-manage na yung mga tungkol sa mga fund manager, kung mapapalitan daw ba ng mga AI. Halos ganyan yung mga topic nila. Nag-work around yung topic nila dito sa mga investing sa mga stocks. Kaya pala si co-founder of Dragonfy ang guest nila dito. Pero maganda na rin tong panoorin. Para to sa mga nag-i-invest ng stocks, yung mga natatakot na nandiyan na yung AI, baka manipulate yung mga presyo. Ayan, maliliwanagan kayo dito. At para din to sa mga gustong i-adapt yung AI na, maganda pala yung AI na matutulungan ako ng AI para maghanap ng magandang stocks na bibilhin, paano i-diversify yung portfolio natin, ayun, doon sa pagbibili ng doon sa tungkol lahat sa stocks market at stocks investments. Tuloy lang natin to.
information.
Mahaba pala to. Pakinggan na lang natin ha. Hindi na ako masyadong magsasalita. Kasi, ano ba to? 25 minutes pala to. Nandito pa na. 1/4 pa lang ata tayo ng kabuuang video.
Yeah.
And prompting is the way it does so, right, in a very efficient manner. Because now you can even see AI helping programmers develop applications, right? Something that we do a lot in Dragonfly, by the way.
And how is it integrating, Dragonfly, how's Dragonfly integrating AI or automation like into platforms for the efficiency?
So we integrate AI in the development process. But let's say, for example, from the consumer-facing element, AI at this juncture I don't really see the practical use cases yet. And the fact that AI, when you talk about the tokens necessary to generate responses, is actually very
Sponsored o parang professional promotional video na rin pala to, yung yung episode nila na to. Parang pinopromote na rin nila yung Dragonfly finance. Dragon Finance kasi ata yan pinutol lang Dragonfly.
prohibitive in terms of the expense.
Pero ako, based sa experience ko, may bumibili din ako ng stocks noon, nung mga nakaraang taon siguro yon. Dito ako nagsimula sa Dragonfly bago ako napunta sa mga crypto.
That will be borne out by the retail consumer.
Yeah.
So currently we haven't integrated that into our app.
For someone just starting out, like AI tools can feel a bit intimidating, right? How do you make sure that technology stays as an enabler and not a barrier for first-time investors, at least?
Interesting question. Well, I think that, especially the current generation, the Gen Z,
Yes.
they're very native. They're very digitally native, right? So I don't think that there's much of a barrier. Maybe let's about the older generation, that's more something that's more they'll be more apprehensive towards utilizing AI.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's not beyond reach by the layperson, to be honest.
So let's tie this back to Pera. You've often said Pera gives investors a margin of safety.
Correct.
How do tax advantages create that cushion, and especially in a volatile times like this?
Yep. Actually, you said the magic word right there, tax advantage. So imagine that typically the way you and I invest is we just deploy our risk capital. And at the moment we deploy our risk capital, we are neither ahead nor behind, right? Actually, we're behind in
Yes.
terms of the transaction costs, right? But in Pera, you start immediately with a margin of safety owing to the tax savings. So Dragonfly, we're working with employers to onboard Pera in order to incorporate it into the compensation structure of their employees. When you do that, you actually can eliminate withholding taxes pertaining to those contributions. So I'll give you an example. Let's say, for
Okay.
example, for the maximum amount of 200,000, right? So if you go by the BIR monthly compensation tax table, it goes from 15% to 35% depending on your monthly income, right? So at the 200,000 peso contribution, if you incorporate it in your compensation package the way you would do a de minimis,
It's going to be a deduction.
so the 200,000 you save at the 15% marginal tax bracket, you save 30,000. Then you receive an additional 5% tax credit, you save an additional 10,000. So you save between 40 to 80,000. So imagine the Filipino investor, the moment he or she deploys capital into her Pera account by way of his or her compensation, he's ahead by 20 to 40%.
Nice.
So that's the margin of safety I'm talking about. Let's say, for example, this is a good stat, right? Let's say, for example, you're talking about the U.S. market. The median up move in a bull market is 25%. The median down move is 15%. If you already have a margin of safety wherein you are ahead 20 to 40%, that enables you to stomach the natural volatility inherent to the markets. Thereby, it helps you with your long-term goal of accumulating wealth for the long haul, for your retirement.
I see. For our viewers who aren't familiar, can you break down like how Pera would work? I know that this is aligned to the stock market.
Yep.
But not everyone is familiar with the overview of Pera and how is this going to be applied?
Yep. So, Pera, by the way, it's not only just a stock market. So,
okay.
so Pera, like you mentioned earlier, right? It's you're putting powerful tax advantage investing in the hands of everyday Filipino when you have a Pera account. So, what are the salient features of Pera? First, again, if you incorporate it into your compensation package, you can actually eliminate some of the withholding taxes that you pay. Secondly, you get an additional 5% tax credit. Third, within Pera, your investment grows tax-free. There's no 10% dividend tax. So if you're a dividend investor, for example, you eliminate the 10% dividend tax.
Okay.
Then there's no withholding tax on interest income. So much so that the money market inside Pera nets around 6.3% per annum. Imagine when in the digital bank, when they tell you that you're giving you 5%, it's not really 5%.
Yeah, it's less
Because there's a
the
20%
cost. Yeah.
withholding tax pertaining to that yield. So the 5% is actually just 4%. But within Pera, that's already your take home, the 6.3%. It's net. Lastly, in Pera, and this is very, very important. It's very important, and it's one of the reasons why I pursued Pera in the first place. You eliminate estate taxes. So by eliminating estate taxes, so imagine for the next, if you're a 25-year-old, for the next 40 years, you're contributing to your Pera. When you bequeath it to your son, your daughter, or your other loved ones, you do so tax-free. So it makes it easier to generate, to create generational wealth, which is something that, that I've seen, like every Filipino generation starts from scratch. But in Pera, we don't have to anymore.
Wow, like this is very fruitful for the first part of conversation, but we're just warming up. Follow the Money returns after a short break.
Maganda yun tax-free. Alam nyo kasi kaya mahirap din mag-invest sa mga stocks na bibili ka. Kasi nga, bukod sa mga fees, sa mga transfer fees, kasi nga from GCash to Dragonfly, yung mga ganyan, may mga bayad yan, mga InstaPay. Tapos, yung earnings mo, mababawasan pa ng taxes yon. Kung baga, halimbawa, umangat siya ng 20% sa 100,000 pesos mo, imbis na kumita ng 20,000 pesos, hindi yon buong 20,000 pesos kasi nga may tax ka pang mga kung ano-anong stocks na babayaran, pero sila na bahala nagko-compute nun. Madali mo na lang makita yon kung magkano talaga yung ma-out mo na pera. At mga fees na yung mga sell fees, yung mga ganyan, kasi mag-buy ka, mag-sell ka para may bayad din ata yun. Tapos syempre pag i-out mo na pera mo, magbabayad ka ulit ng InstaPay, yung mga ganon. So pagdating sa pera, yung retirement account daw na hindi na nababawasan ng mga taxes, pwede na, no? Malaking tulong na yun.
Then handling the same as yours. I mean, some people know about this. I was actually pursuing Pera.
Yeah.
And now that we had this conversation.
We had this conversation.
And
yeah.
I'm actually smiling now because at least someone pursued it.
Yep.
I was looking at it in that same vision of yours, and no one got it during that time.
Yep.
So probably it's not yet time during that time. But with inflation and uncertain markets, how can Pera complement someone's existing portfolio if they already have one?
Yeah, so imagine, like what we said right there earlier, right? It's you have a margin of safety in Pera. So if you have an existing portfolio, opening a Pera account, you're actually lowering your risk in terms of participating in the investing world. So it's definitely additive to your portfolio.
Nice. If I may interject this to AI, if AI helps us analyze the market faster, does Pera help us stay disciplined longer? And how these two worlds, tech and retirement, can really come together?
Correct. So that's a very, very good point that you just mentioned right there. Pera can help you stay disciplined. So if you look at the Philippines, not just the Philippines, a lot of Southeast Asian countries, right? We're very consumption driven. we spend everything. We never save everything. But in Pera, because it meant for long-term retirement, you develop that habit. So we engender that investing culture wherein you're saving up for retirement. And because of that, it does not only contribute to the individual Filipinos, future. Actually, as more and more Filipinos invest for the long term, we actually deepen our capital markets, we strengthen our economy, and we build a more resilient nation. So imagine if we're a society that spends everything that we make. We will come to a point wherein once the demographic shifts, we will have a consumption cliff. But in Pera, if you have a very potent retirement program, you're able to stabilize consumption because you're actually deferring consumption for future years. So that's why Pera makes us a more financially resilient nation.
Nice. In terms of like Pera accounts, so it's not necessarily confined with stocks, right?
Yep.
As you
Nope.
mentioned. So what does it comprise of?
So in Pera, you can invest in actually the PSCI 30, dividend-paying stocks, the DIVY index, and REITs. But you can also invest in UITFs. Let's say, for example, the money market fund that I mentioned to you earlier that nets around 6.3%. And lately, just recently, the BSP actually approved the ability to invest in offshore funds. So this is something that I've been working on with our ecosystem partners. I want to offer Filipinos the ability to diversify their investment towards, let's say, for example, a feeder fund tied to the S&P 500 or the
Wow.
Global Tech Fund. So in that fashion, we're actually mimicking the way Americans invest in their 401k, right?
Yes.
So Americans would routinely just invest in ETFs or funds tied to the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ. Now, we can do the same with Pera with a tax advantage to boot.
For someone who understands stocks, retirement plan, and portfolio management, I think this is really a game changer for Filipinos.
It is a game changer.
And you're building tools that help Filipinos invest smarter and not
Yep.
just invest faster.
Yep.
What's your advice to someone who's tech curious but risk averse?
Well, if you're tech curious, right, check out our platform because it is a best-in-class modern platform. It's actually the first in the industry, and it offers the widest range of Pera-eligible investment. So if you're tech curious first, that works to our advantage because in reality, if you check out Dragonfly, we do offer the most cutting-edge technology in the Philippine retail investing space. But so then I'm hoping that tech curiosity then turns into an investing predilection wherein you do invest for your retirement.
So, John, we've talked about Pera, we've talked about your platform. How about your own investment? What is your top performing stock
Top performing stock
for the
this year.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough that I got wind of NVIDIA over
That's
7 years
overseas.
ago. Over 7 years ago. So I've been in and out of NVIDIA, and and it's been my top performer this year as well.
Have you touched the PSE market?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hindi. Tinanong kasi siya kung ano yung most performing niya na sa portfolio niya, yung hinahawakan niyang stocks. Akala ko naman ang hinahawakan nito ay tawag nito puro local stocks lang, dito lang sa national mga stocks natin, pero hindi pala. Meron siyang Nvidia, yun daw yung top performing niya, doon daw siya mas malaki yung returns niya sa portfolio niya doon sa Nvidia. Ang Nvidia ay isang para siyang parts, ay parang basta technology parts, category siya ng technology sa mga stocks.
I'm very, very much into dividend investing.
Okay.
So if you check out, actually in the Dragonfly app, you'll see there's an investing club there wherein I actually manage a real money model portfolio. So in spite the fact that the Philippine market has been sideways to down, negative over the past 3 years, actually my portfolio is up over 70% over that
wow.
time span. So it's really that's why I've always said it's not really the asset class. Yes, there are superior asset classes, you know, when you compare them relative to one another.
Yeah.
But it's really not the asset class. It's really the person that's behind managing the capital.
So for the new generation, what's the mindset shift that we need to move? I mean, from earning to income, earning to returns.
Yeah. So exactly how we started this conversation, right? Just imagine in the age of AI, there's going to be less and less employment. That's a fact, right? We already saw that Amazon announced that it's laying off 10% of its workforce. And one of the reasons given was that
Grabe, oo nga, no, na-encounter ko yung mga balita na yan na sa ibang bansa. Sa mga ibang bansa, lalo na sa Amerika, yung may mga malalaking kumpanya doon ay nagsisipagtanggalan na ng mga tao nila kasi nga pinapalitan na sila ng mga robotic machine, or pagdating sa production, pwedeng napalitan na sila ng mga robotic machine, at pagdating naman sa mga technology ay iba napalitan na ng mga AI, yung mga ganon. Kaya tinatanggal na nila paunti-unti yung mga tao nila yung kayang palitan ng AI. So, nagsisimula dyan, sana lang, yan na rin yung hanggang dyan na lang yung pagdodominate ng AI, kasi kawawa naman talaga tayong yung mga kailangan natin ng mga trabaho na kailangan nating kumita rin, na pwede na tayong maalisan ng trabaho nang dahil sa mga AI na yan.
AI was going to be replacing some of those jobs, right? So if you need the mindset now that instead of earning income, you earn yield from your investment. As I mentioned earlier, the age of AI is actually tantamount to the age of investors, because now you really need to participate in the financial markets as your way of really participating in entrepreneurial risk-taking, as opposed to actually operating it on your own.
As we enter 2026, what role do you see AI-driven investing playing in helping more Filipinos achieve true financial freedom?
Yeah, I mean, AI is really the great democratizer. I use it myself on a daily basis. It helps me really distill, let's say, very intricate concepts. Let's say, especially, for example, I'm not familiar with the unit economics of a particular industry.
Yeah.
I'll just prompt AI to explain it to me. And I would actually even go to the point of just uploading the different research reports, and have it, summarized to me in a more digestible fashion. That's the way I would use AI if I were new to investing.
And then finally, John, when we talk about future of money.
Oo nga, no? So parang itatanong mo na lang kay AI, sabihin mo kay AI, ipa-prompt mo kung anong AI gamit mo, ChatGPT, Copilot, DeepSeek, at kung ano-anong mga AI na yan, ipa-prompt mo lang doon, sabihin mo, syempre may initial ka na sa isip mo na may pinagpipilian ka mga stocks na gusto mong bilhin, pag-investan. So kung nalilito ka, pwede mo i-prompt doon na ilagay mo doon kay AI, sabihin mo, isa-isahin mo tong mga company na to, kung tulungan mo ko magdesisyon kung alin yung bibilhin ko, mas maganda kong bilhin, at kung paano ko i-diversify o hati-hatiin yung pera ko, na yung portfolio ko para sa mga stocks na to. So tutulungan ka ng AI para i-analyze yung mga data na iba't ibang company, matutulungan kang makapagdesisyon. So, yung decision making mo ay tataas yung rate ng parang, kumbaga, mabilis ka nang makapag-isip, tapos matutulungan ka pang makapag-desisyon ng tama gamit ang AI. Kasi nga, ang AI ay yung mga information na ibinibigay nila sa'yo ay base lang din sa mga information na lumalabas from the internet.
What excites you the most and what keeps you grounded?
What excites me the most is I started my investing career in 2000.
Yeah.
Again, the height of the dot-com boom.
Wow, 25 years.
25 years. The height of the dot-com boom. And even after that bear market, the huge bear market wherein the Nasdaq went from 5,000 back to the thousands, right? New industries emerge, and it was one of the longest bull markets in the
Yes.
financial market history. And I believe AI will go in the same fashion. This will be a very, very, very long iceberg trend that we should all be participating in.
Nice.
China, do you mind if I shameless
Sure.
plug? Just a shameless plug. Just
Sure.
one shameless plug. Because I get the feeling that we're rounding up our
We
interview.
have a game, but anyway, yeah, sure.
Just one shameless plug. So, we wanted to really push along Pera. So, on December 3, we're launching what we call the 4 weeks of Pera, wherein we'll be raffling
I-promote
out
mo na
2,000
i-promote.
Pera
Oh, wow.
accounts
There's
with
a raffle.
5,000 pesos each. So, in order to join, I think I sent you guys the flyer for that. In order to join, you have to open a Pera account, fund it with 5,000 for the chance to win another 5,000. So, just to give you the origin story of how this came about. So, I actually asked Mr. Injapsia if Double Dragon can participate and provide its employees Pera. And he told me, I have a better idea. Why don't we seed 2,000 Filipinos, the Pera accounts of 2,000 Filipinos, and help create 2,000 new millionaires in 20 years?
Nice. That's so nice. Thank
Yep.
you, John, for your insights today. We have no time for the
Again.
game. But this is something that is really,
Yeah.
really life-changing. And we hope that I can catch up with Injapsia soon. Technology will keep evolving markets, and markets will keep shifting. But the principles of smart investing
Ang ganda nun, ang ganda nun. So ano pala to? Yung napanood natin, hindi ko pa kasi pinanood din talaga to ng buo eh. Itong more on pala siya, focus siya sa stocks. So nandun na rin, kasama na rin sa video na to yung promotion sa bagong project na ginawa ng Dragonfly, ang Pera. Ayun, ang Pera daw, yung initial yun yung Pera, pero may ibig sabihin talaga nun. Basta ang sinasabi niya doon ay tax free ang Pera, na yung kumbaga ang investment, mag-invest ka na tax free. So maganda yon. Tapos syempre natutunan din natin yung mga sinasabi niya na mga tungkol nga sa AI. Marami din tayong mga nakuhang mga impormasyon doon, at dagdag kaalaman na rin yun sa atin. So ayun lang, hanggang dito na lang yung video na to. Maraming salamat sa The Billionaire News Channel sa sa video na to. At ayan, mag-subscribe kayo sa The Billionaire News Channel. Mag-subscribe din kayo sa YouTube channel ko. Paabutin ko sana ng 10,000 subscribers to bago matapos ang taon. Mukhang malabo, pero hindi naman ako nawawalan ng pag-asa. Sana matulungan niyo ako doon. So, ayun na guys, maraming salamat sa panonood. Kita-kits sa susunod na video.